Hi, my name is Jake Allen. Last time I was here in front of this camera and behind these beautiful lights, I was a student, and I was a student worker here aspiring to become a helicopter pilot, a flight instructor, and move out into the industry and do great things. Well, now here I am about 5 semesters later, and I am an instructor pilot here at SUU. I teach students how to come in and fly the helicopter safely, how to be professionals, and how to learn everything they need to learn to go out in the industry and succeed. So going through the flight program and getting all of my helicopter ratings was a very arduous task. It was challenging. There was a lot of hurdles along the way, but got all the way through it and knew that this is a place where I wanted to work and instruct and teach students just like I was just a couple years beforehand. So although I may learn several concepts a given way, and I like this type of instruction, I respond well to this type of instruction and encouragement, you have to find what each student likes and how they respond, figure out their personalities. And I think that's what sets us apart as instructors here at SUU, is that we actually spend time with our students. We get to know them. We develop relationships with them. Sure, it's still a professional environment. We still make sure that there is an instructor-student relationship, but we get to know them. We make sure that they aren't in a position where they feel like they have to perform extremely well every day or else they're going to get in trouble. We make it a lighthearted environment. We get to know them, their personalities, and that helps us gauge how they're going to take our learning and ultimately helps their progression through the program. So the day-to-day here as an instructor can range anywhere from coming in and flying 4 back-to-back flight blocks with 4 different students, to coming in and maybe the weather wasn't so great. Maybe the aircraft that we were booked in was down for maintenance, so instead of doing a flight with that given student, we'll go and do some ground instruction. We'll cover spots that they're deficient in. We'll teach them the next lesson in the syllabus and make sure that they are ready for their practical examinations, their stage checks, check rides, so on and so forth. When we were up flying, as we have a range of different students, like brand new students, it's their first semester, their solo flight lab is what we call it, to having certified flight instructor students. There's a large range of things we actually do in the aircraft and different operations that we perform and teach on a day-to-day basis. What I love most about being an instructor is being able to see the students progress and see the joy that they're experiencing and thinking about how you were once in their shoes. You were once sitting in the seat they're sitting in with the low hours that that student has, and you're like, how am I gonna be able to fly this thing on my own? That is such a great experience as an instructor, knowing that you are able to give the right amount of education, the right amount of prompting, the right ideas to the student, and see them take away from that something that they recognize their own progression, and they're seeing themselves get built up. And that's probably the most exciting part about being an instructor. Since being an instructor here, I'm currently about in my 5th semester of instructing. And in those, what seem like short 5 semesters, I have learned a ton about myself, about my flying style, my instruction method, my work ethic, and where I really want to go in this industry. Early on as a student, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to be doing once I am all grown up and I have all of my flight time that I need to get these higher end jobs. But the more I fly, the more I realize that my end goal is really flying utility operations, flying an aircraft that is serving a purpose, whether that's for construction, working on power lines, sling loading operations. That type of flying is very challenging, and that type of flying is also really rewarding to me because every time you do it, you just get a little bit better. So as an instructor, we are also responsible for making sure that the aircraft that we are flying are airworthy and are going to be safe when we take our students up in the sky. So we have a fantastic maintenance team here. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I'm saying it again because it's true. We have a fantastic maintenance team that keeps the aircraft in tip-top airworthy condition. And on top of that, we have a fantastic school here that actually trains students to do just that. Work on aircraft, maintain them, fix them, and make sure that the pilots that are taking them up in the air are safe and ready to go and can feel confident that they have an airframe beneath them that is going to be reliable, safe, and get them from point A to point B, ultimately back on the ground. So, although I talked about my aspirations, I'm doing okay with my progression. I'm gaining steady flight time. I'm currently at about 900 and 70 hours of flight time, about to reach that golden 1,000 mark, baby. But I got some work to do. I'm still learning a lot about my own skills. My knowledge is constantly evolving. I'm constantly seeking to further my education so that not only do I know what I need to do here, I also know to say the right things to students, give them the proper instruction they deserve, and also help myself for when I move out of this position and into the helicopter pilot industry. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and it was good seeing you again. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And remember, never quit, never give up, fly it to the end. See ya. Hi, my name is Jake Allen. I'm a student here. Oh, I'm an instructor now. Wow, Jake Allen, instructor pilot. Would you look at that? I'm camera shy. Pull yourself together. Peaches, pears, plums, pomegranates. All right, here we go. Yeah, you just gotta snap it on, snap it off. Like a Band-Aid.
To be a good pilot, you gotta be snap, quick second decisions.
Don't you rip a Band-Aid off?
You kind of went over what your favorite part of instructing was, and watching that progression, watching the gear split.
Gotta tell you a little story. I was young. Naive. When I came here, I had one goal, one dream, one desire. Now I've become the best pilot I can be and show all those naysayers that I can. I read every book front to back, left and right. I even got the Braille version. Still haven't been able to read it. But I got it. You know, by the time I got through my first semester, I really saw that cream rising to the top. Students above me in the next flight labs. You think they got what it takes? I got what it takes.
Thank you. You love me.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Micah, Rich, if you see this, I value my job. Please don't hurt me.